Cheers.
Cheers.
What a night.
Ender Dad.
What was that?
Ender Dad.
Your dad, yeah, I know. Trace poking in again, saying hey.
Trace. Hallelujah. Trace. How's it going, Trace? You good? You good?
Coming in, saying hey. Yeah, all right. How's it going?
It's going. I had so many things that I had ready on the tip of my tongue to spurt out into the infinite consciousness of the interwebs. And
Until we hit record.
yeah. Isn't that funny how
And
that
then
happens?
it just disappeared. I did too. There were things and...
That's why I think we need a director. Unscripted, unedited, bringing you to the
because
center.
there's no point. Bringing you to the center of infinity.
Because there is no point.
Because there is no
Which
point.
comes first? There is no point bringing you to the center of infinity.
Well, is bringing it to the center of infinity a point? So to
Yeah.
me, because there is no point, and that's it.
Yeah.
Unless you...
Even the center of infinity is not a point because it's infinity. Alright, so this is the boner episode of the Brandy and Stella show. That's what she said. We need a boner episode now and then because things.
Really? Is that what you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We try not to think too much.
No.
But
Do you know anybody that says...
I know some people.
Are you sure?
Nope. Do I know
Do you
anybody?
know anybody who says abso-fucking-lutely?
Yes.
Who?
Me? I've said that before.
Seriously, that's a good word, and it's a very convinced word, and not many people can just say abso-fucking-lutely, but I think that's a great word.
Okay.
Can you think of a situation when you've said that? Just bring it into context.
No. No.
Liar.
What? Can you think of one?
I didn't say I had ever said it.
Well, you've heard me say it because I've said it to you before.
You have?
I
Oh,
have.
Shit, now you're putting the pressure on me.
Yep.
And then I'm taking all
Damn
the time
straight.
when
That's
you
the
do
way it
that.
goes.
Fuck
Yep,
you!
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do a plug. I just reminded myself of a plug. The
That's what
Florida
she said.
Project. Guys, girls watch The Florida Project. It is Brandy's new favorite movie. I have been researching this movie after I've seen it. I've written letters to the director. I think it's one of the most poetic, poignant, significant movies ever made. The Florida Project. Willem Dafoe was nominated for Best Actor, which is really funny because Willem Dafoe has done a ton of stuff. And in this movie, he's just playing an average Joe who does not much. And what do you know? Nominated for Best Picture for just being an average Joe doing not much. Isn't that the funny way the world works? But, great fucking movie. My current favorite movie. But there's a reason I brought that up. Oh, there's a scene in that movie which is so... I'm not going to do any spoiler alerts because I don't want to do any spoiler alerts. But
I haven't
there's
seen the movie yet, so...
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for you,
Don't ruin
Stella,
it,
but
'cause I'll
please
watch
watch
it.
that movie. All right.
I'll watch it.
But there's this one scene that is a totally warranted moment that it just gave so much satisfaction to have the lead actress in this scene. She literally, and the way it's filmed, so poetic, so beautiful, She literally goes like, I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to do it any justice, but it's going to give me pleasure to do it, so bear with me. She just goes, fuck you!
Okay.
Oh, that felt good. But in the context of the movie, that was just, it made me cry.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. So good movie.
Great movie.
Okay.
Great
All
movie.
right. Okay. So since you brought up movies, I'm just gonna ask you. Hello, Trace.
Go ahead, ask me. I feel like I want something else to drink besides this, but I'm just. Do a little switch. Have some
God,
hippopotamus juice.
Oh God. Ah, that's nasty. Oh, sorry. I'm not supposed to call you shit. Sorry.
Don't. No, that'll bring you a curse.
I apologize.
This is a boner episode of the Brandy and Stella show. That's what she said. But it's also more like a little after hours little episode, and it feels that way. It just feels that way.
It does.
For
Yeah.
us. Yeah, we had our first live studio audience, and I think it made both Brandy and Stella a little bit nervous, and
Yeah.
and then we just felt like we just had to like come in after hours and just do a little thing, and that's what we're
And so
doing
here we are because we can do whatever the fuck we want
We're doing a little thing.
because we do it for us anyways.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Cheers to that.
So go on.
Shit. I don't know. I was just going to ask you what's your favorite bad movie
My favorite bad movie?
that most people would think is bad, but it's you just love it.
Titanic.
Most people don't think the Titanic is bad.
Oh, right. Sorry.
It has to traditionally be just a really, and I don't know that I can answer that.
I think I got that backwards. I think that's one of the movies that I really enjoyed because it was so bad and everybody thought was so good. The Titanic. But I don't know.
I mean, just bad movies. And I don't know that I can answer that either for the most bad one.
But there are many movies I've seen recently and not so recently where I'm like, that was good just because it was so bad.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
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 So.
Shit, what's that movie? It's this ridiculous movie. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I'm sorry.
What? Have I seen it?
I texted you to watch that movie. It's like the Gift. No, it's not The Gift. I can't remember what it was. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But you can't stop watching because you want to see where it goes. It's like these rich, like, yuppies, like, having a party at their house, and they're all, like, become, like, they're part of this cult where death is death.
And you told me about this movie?
Yeah.
Why am I not remembering it? Okay,
Strange.
Rich.
The Invitation, maybe? I don't know.
And it was bad? Because I'm talking more along the lines of, like, Sharknado. A bad movie.
Sharknado?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that movie. What's that about?
You've heard of Sharknadoes? The Sharknado movie? There's like 5 of them now. Oh my god.
Never
They're
heard of it.
bad. They're bad, but they're become this huge cult thing, which is why there's 5 of them now.
Cult
I
movies
mean,
are
and
alright.
think about it. Sharknado. What? Okay, so tornado, but with sharks.
Okay.
So the first one, it's bad, but they become.
Sharknado, is that what it's like, a tornado? But it's
Yep. Sharks fly out of the sky. They.
What?
Oh my god! Oh my god! I love these movies because they're so bad you just can't help but just shake your head and laugh.
right.
They're really bad, but like I said, they become a cult thing. So they've made 5 already. I think they're making a 6th.
Seriously?
I think so. I haven't seen 5 yet, so nobody tell me anything. But they're really.
But let us know if you're a Sharknado fan, because seriously, that's odd.
They're really bad, but they're so huge. They were a sci-fi movie, probably when they made the first one. They never thought they'd make any more, but
That's
it became
crazy.
such a huge thing. People loved it so much. Ian Sterling.
Now you know names of
He
this
was
movie?
in he was in Beverly Hills 90210 back in the day.
Who was he? You can't
Steve in Beverly Hills
Steve. Who was
90210.
He wasn't.
I mean, he was one of the main cast. Do you know Beverly Hills 90210? The original, not
yeah,
the
yeah. Is
He
there
was-
something else in the original?
They made another one, but I think they just called Beverly Hills or 90210. I don't
No,
know.
I just know
Anyways,
it was like.
Steve, he was the rich,
Oh, the curly hair
curly
guy
hair. Yes. Okay.
who was with Tori Spelling's boyfriend in the show.
No.
Yes.
Tori
Yeah.
Stellan was with David in the show eventually, who was
Was he
the
with
nerd to begin with.
He wasn't. He was never the nerd in my eyes. But
David
anyway.
was. But anyways.
Okay, so
So
Steve, I know.
Ian Sterling
I know what you're
is the
talking
lead.
about. He
and
was,
then
was
frickin'
he Kelly's boyfriend? He was somebody's boyfriend. And,
I think maybe Kelly and him had a history. Yeah. But
Did you watch Melrose Place after?
I
LA?
did watch Melrose Place. I loved Melrose Place.
What a combo! Like Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place.
Yeah.
God, what a wonderful Wednesday evening that was.
I loved them both back in the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's the lead of Sharknado. And then Tara
I'm
Reid
so
is
glad
the
that
other lead.
He had something
And
else to do.
I don't know if you know who Tara Reid is, but she's
Not by name. Although it
sorry,
sounds
Tara
familiar.
Reid, but you're a terrible actress.
She
But
sounds familiar.
these movies, I mean, I can't believe you don't remember. I wish I had clips to show you, but they've become a huge, stupid,
Sharknado.
crazy. In one of them, Sharknado, and they've become such a huge thing that celebrities want to be in it. They want a cameo
What?
because it's such a dorky, funny thing. And
We have to do that. We have to make a dorky film where celebrities
want to
cameo.
come be in it because it's so freaking bad. But that's what I was talking about, not Titanic that you thought was bad and everybody else liked.
Yeah, I got it backwards. So, when I
Anyways,
was
tangent, who knows?
when I was a kid, like 3 years ago, I know I'm just kidding. I was a kid many more years ago. I'm still a kid, but anyway, I'm a little drunk too. It's nice to be a little drunk. Was not early.
At times,
earlier,
not a lot
so,
drunk.
No. I was so in love with John Travolta that it hurt. It fucking hurt.
So he was your kid crush
He was my kid, teenager, and 20s,
until Brad Pitt
30s.
came along.
Yeah, but Brad Pitt came along at a time where I was already with my significant infinite other forever, and that was just like a little extra of like, God, that man is gorgeous. I love watching him do his stuff. When I was into John Travolta, I was like, if I don't meet this man and make him mine, I'm going to hurt for the rest of my life. And I truly felt that way, and it did feel that way until I grew out of that. But it took a lot of years, you know.
Did you
I
ever
was
meet him?
No, and then I read how he met his wife, like by coincidence in freaking Australia. Like they ran into each other, and then she turns out to be his wife, and then he's in the movies. And I was into John Travolta when he was like Vinnie Barbarino, you know. From,
Oh
like,
yeah, welcome back,
Kotter,
Kotter.
you know? And then seeing him, it was like painful. Like it would literally cause me pain because I wanted this man so much. And I knew that I would never have him. And that fucking hurt like a bitch. So, where was this leading to?
I have no
it was
clue.
crazy. I got totally sidetracked. So, bad movies, John Travolta. Oh shit, I totally lost it. There was a
He
point.
was in a bad movie. I can't remember the name of it, but
He was in a great movie, like the Pulp Fiction.
well, he's been in a lot of great movies.
Pulp Fiction.
Fucking awesome. Yeah.
That dancing thing.
Yeah.
That's what today when I told you that, like that was inspired by Pulp Fiction when I said cook good.
Oh, yeah.
You know when
Yeah.
Thurman says to him like, "I want to win. I want that trophy. Dance good."
Yeah.
And yeah.
I cooked good, damn
You
it.
did. Stella cooked a brilliant freaking vegetarian meal, which is super like un-Stella.
Yep.
And she delivered,
But I
and
cooked it for Brandy, yeah.
who's somewhat of a vegetarian.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to get back to the track of that. Okay, so what movie were you blah blah blah? Oh, I can't.
Battlefield Earth or something. That was a
Oh,
terrible
that was
movie.
crazy,
That was-
John Travolta movie.
That was a terrible movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a reason why I was talking about John Travolta, and I
'Cause he
just
he was your young.
Oh,
And there it is. And there it is. Okay.
it's like I just had
It
this
just can't.
constipation for days, and it's like I'm so happy I pooped that out. It feels so good. All right, Staying Alive.
Oh yes. Okay.
Staying Alive. I own
Staying
that movie.
Alive.
Staying Alive was directed by Sylvester Stallone. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know
I
that?
didn't know that. Wow.
So, and then there's a second part to Staying Alive. Staying
Saturday
Alive is
Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever was the, oh my god, I remember going to see that movie. Like my parents and with my cousin's parents, we all went to see that movie, and they were like all like, should we take these kids to see this rated R movie, because none of us were 17 or older, and we all went to see that movie. And I remember sitting in this dark theater watching Saturday Night Fever, and the majority of it was just spectacular, like these dancing scenes and everything.
Yeah.
But there was these awful scenes of like rape and like sex and failed relationships that as a kid you're like, you shouldn't have brought me
Yeah.
to this film. Like, fuck you, get a babysitter, man. I'm like scarred right now. Like, what the fuck? And I've always felt like Saturday Night Fever is one of the heaviest movies to watch. I mean, no, it's one of my favorite movies. But anyway, fast forward to Staying Alive Part 2. And there is Tony Manero doing his thing. Everything ends badly or else it wouldn't end. Brilliant fucking philosophy from that movie. But Sylvester Stallone has a cameo in that movie. And Tony Manero, John Travolta, is walking down the busy streets of New York, and he bumps into this guy wearing this big brown fur, a little bit furrier and browner than this. And the guy turns around and gives him a dirty look, and it's fucking Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that. I had no clue about that.
Have you seen that movie?
What?
Staying Alive?
Yeah.
But you didn't notice that scene?
No, I didn't.
All right,
notice
go
the
watch
scene.
it again.
You know, I saw it back probably before I even knew who Sylvester Stallone was. Truthfully.
Now I'm questioning. He did direct that movie, I think. Yeah, he did.
I don't know.
He totally did. Like, crazy shit. Like, freaking Sylvester Stallone directing John Travolta. It still hurts my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
It still does. I fucking love that man. But anyway, I love that movie, and I own it, and I've watched it a gazillion times.
Wow.
Flips the quarter, gives it to the teacher. Think I won't keep it? I will keep it. Sorry. Okay. All right. Back to Here and Now.
All right.
Movies that just give you a freaking impression for the rest of your life. Anything?
Oh, no, okay. I was still stuck on the love, the childhood love. I was going to talk about that, and then there was something else I was going to talk about, too.
All right.
Came up in
If that comes up
My
first,
my
hit
childhood
it.
love, which you know
Hit it.
was Rob Lowe.
Yes.
Yes.
She met him.
And I did meet him, and that was not I couldn't get a word out. Honestly, I kind of went, blah, blah, till he laughed at me and bought me a soda at 7-Eleven. That's where I met him.
Rob Lowe bought Stella a freaking soda.
He did.
Hello.
He bought me a soda that I saved the cup for many years till it disappeared, and I think somebody,
Disintegrated.
took it. And I still, even though I've grown up and stuff, I still see him, and it's the same thing. It's like, ugh.
that's what I say. John Travolta has gone through so much stuff and changes, and you know, like what didn't used to be present when we were kids that is so present now is the life of these celebrities outside of their show. You know, like you
Yeah.
didn't know much about them except for the shows and the movies they did, and then you just get sucked into them, and now it's like, oh, been
They're-
arrested for
they're
drugs
called- yeah,
or
their
prostitution
private lives
or
are
whatever.
everywhere, and
Like,
it's
I
crazy.
know that John Travolta has a freaking son that is like special needs, and like I don't need to know that.
Didn't
like
his son die?
he had a son
One of
that
them sons
died.
died.
Yeah, all this stuff. So all of a sudden, the like. It just things start
The
getting
bubble burst.
mixed. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's like I just know.
Yeah.
It takes effort to just like focus on the art that they're making, the movies that they're making, and that's because we all have personal lives with families and stories and dramas and traumas or whatever, but like these celebrities that
They're
before
their escape.
they're an escape,
Yeah.
and now we're just like, oh,
Getting
okay,
dragged into their drama.
exactly,
And everything. And who wants
yeah,
that? I don't want
exactly.
that.
Like
Yeah.
I, you know, like you're an actor, you have a certain role to just keep that shit out. And shit, it's the same with the Academy Awards. Like back in the days, I love watching the Oscars. That's my favorite thing. Back in the days, people would go up in the red carpet and they would say like, "What did you do to prepare this?" for this awesome role that you're nominated for Best Actor or Best Actress, like, and they would talk about like their research or their training or whatever. Now it's like, who are you wearing? La, 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 you know,
What cares? Oh.
it's just it's so different, and it's so surface and so empty. But you know, in the end, which is why I love the Academy Awards, you're still seeing people getting appraised.
Just praised.
Praised.
Just not appraised. They're not gems. They're not antiques. Well, some of them may be antiques, but
for their talent, for their craft. Even though that is getting so fucking mediocre. If you look at the Academy Awards nowadays, it's like it's so mediocre. It's like really, like what is anybody doing here that is worth acknowledging? No, it's become mainstream.
except that you
corporation.
disagreed because Willem Dafoe was nominated, and you said that was
No.
fantastic.
I have to say something about that.
Okay, say it then.
I'm gonna say it.
Okay, go.
All right. If Willem Dafoe had not been nominated for that film, I probably would have never heard about that film. So I'm very grateful for that fact because it is, at this point in time in my existence, my favorite film for many reasons, which I'm not going to go into. However, watching that film, I saw Willem Dafoe do a great job at being a great person in a great role in a great film. Nothing about that role was anything like, oh my God, spectacular acting, get nominated. It's just like, well, how did he end up there? Well, maybe because that film needed some exposure and that would get it, the exposure it needed. But what I'm saying is that Willem Dafoe was not anything special in that film. He was just being this ordinary character, and he did it great. And he's done fantastic stuff his whole life because he's a great actor. And that's one of those weird things. Like, how did he end up getting nominated for that? Well, great, he did because it brought that film into a
So do you
certain
think
spotlight.
that the nomination is more because the role,
I
the
don't
character
know.
was more, or they didn't?
I think
mean,
that's
how do
one
you
of-
determine what
I
was
think
great?
that's one of those freak things because honestly, if you've watched this film, which you really should watch this film, it's a brilliant film. He's just like, there's no like acting. There's nothing that like he's just being a normal Joe Blow of like the
But
fringes
isn't
of society.
Isn't that good acting? Isn't that great
Well,
acting if he
what's-
can make you see him as a normal Joe Blow when he's not a normal Joe? I mean, when you
I
watched
guess
it,
so.
did you see Willem Dafoe? Or did you see who this character was?
I think you're right. You're absolutely right.
You know?
So you're giving somebody credit to be less than what they are, which is pretty ironic, and I think that's great.
Right.
But the reason that I'm saying that the Oscars and the movies nominated are mediocre is because, honestly, like, you have 9 films nominated for Best Picture, and they're like of all kinds of different genres and stuff like that. And I just feel like things have changed. It's just like, not to say that these pictures aren't great and these performances aren't great, but there's a mediocrity. Like what, like you go to, like, I don't know, like in social services and in restaurants and stuff like that. Everything's just become this, like, besides these little pockets under.
So the bar has been lowered.
Yeah, like everywhere you go,
Is
like
what you're
things
saying.
is like mediocre. The expectations, like, go to any hotel, any motel, everything is like freaking cookie cutter, all the same, all the, like, no soul, no blah blah blah. Like, oh wow, this is worth paying $200 to spend a night outside my freaking home, which has got soul and got, you know, vibe. To go see it, everything's just become this, like, cookie cutter, generic sort of, like, make sure that everyone on all levels of society will approve of this and possibly like it.
And that's what you think the Oscars are? Is that how we got to here?
I think that's what the movies need, for the most part, you know.
And so
like,
it's making you question whether Willem Dafoe actually did a great job acting in that movie or
I
not.
think he did a great job acting in that movie, but I don't think it was anything like
Spectacular.
that took. And honestly, I think that was probably one of the best. I want to stop talking all of a sudden and just go to sleep.
Okay.
No,
Brandy's done. Brandy's out.
My point is saying that I think he was fantastic, and and if it took work, if it took, like, acting talent and work to get to the point where you're just a normal guy, I think that's kind of weird. But I think that's how it should be. But he did it, and maybe that's, like, easy for him or not, whatever. And it's great that he was acknowledged for it. But all the other films that were, I don't know.
Okay, let me ask you this: have you ever seen what the fuck? I don't remember what that movie was.
No,
Platoon.
come on.
Have you
I
ever
did.
seen Platoon?
Yeah.
Okay, because that happens. I think that's one of Willem Dafoe's best roles, and so
Yeah.
that's what I keep thinking was this role better than his role in Platoon?
I don't even think you can compare it. I think it's so drastically different.
All right.
And Willem Dafoe
Anyways.
is, like, freaking amazing. He's an amazing theater actor. Like, I met him when I was in Amsterdam. Oh my God, I had a moment with Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe, have you ever watched this? Like, just
You
give
had a
me
moment
give me
with
a
Brandy.
thumbs up. I did. Like, he was doing theater with because I'm into theater. I was into theater much more, and with, like, these cutting edge theater that was doing all this kinds of crazy technological, like, blah blah blah. And he was in this theater group. I can't remember the name of it. That was doing, like, some fucking funky ass shit, like, blow your mind, surreal, technological story. And I was like, wow, this is Willem Dafoe, you know? He's like a Hollywood actor doing this stuff. And then one of his theater pieces came to Amsterdam one time, and I happened to be in the theater, and I met him in the lobby. And I just wanted to shake his, like, I was leaving and he was standing there, and I just, like, I can't ignore the fact that it's
That
Willem
it's
Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe walking past me. Yeah.
So I just wanted to, like, just say, hey, nice to meet you. And I stuck my hand out to shake his hand, and he had this peach in his hand, and he just took this giant bite of his peach, and it just squirted right out at me. And I was like, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I'll
Willem
take
Dafoe
that.
spit.
His,
All right.
like, the peach just, you know, I was like, oh God, no, it was a moment. It was a Willem Dafoe
moment.
moment with me. And I had no memory of that until we just started talking about it right now, because back then I was starstruck. I was like, Willem Dafoe's peach just squirted on me, man. That's what she said.
Yeah.
That was a good moment. That was a good moment.
Oh, good
But
Lord.
yeah, anyway.
Okay.
I I just think things are getting mediocre. You know, like you go to hotels and like.
I think the bar in general has been lowered in life, and that's too depressing and boring.
But it's important to acknowledge it because you know you don't have to be a sucker for it. You can create your own stuff. Like I used to love to go to hotels. Actually, for the Academy Awards, because we don't have TV, we used to go to a hotel and rent a nice room where we can like chill and watch the Academy Awards because they have a television. And this year I was like, I don't want to dish out the money to sit in like this like clay style room as like a little. So I contacted Stella because I knew she had a television and did it at Stella's house.
And there it was, and I hadn't watched the Oscars in years, so it was weird for me. I didn't know any of the actors. I didn't know any of the movies. Yeah. I'm so out of the loop.
It's kind of funky how it's all going.
Yeah, whatever.
It's like all these.
But it was still fun sitting and watching the Oscars with Brandy.
Ditto, Stella.
Yeah, that was enjoyable.
It was a fun night, and I'm glad that this water creature sort of film won Best Picture because it's like, hey, what the hell? Anything's possible. But it just, I don't know.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay.
Should we read a book?
Yep, we should read a book.
All right.
Do we dare let me pick a book?
Yeah, because I'm not going to move unless I can.
Because you're not going to move, so. All right, I got to untangle my foot. All right. What the fuck? Okay. I'm just grabbing and not. Whoa. All right, and here's Brandy going off. Okay, I got a book.
Where'd you get?
I don't know. Pick a
don't
page.
Worry about it.
Between 1 and 250.
167.
167.
167. Fucking bitch.
167.
167.
Who are you being? Okay, tell me
I'm
when to stop.
Winston Churchill. Stop fucking now. Okay. Right fucking now.
Alrighty. His time was a blazing 4 minutes and 28 seconds.
Oh, that's what she said.
Setting a record that would not be bested for a long time by foot tracing standards. Another 6 years. What the hell book did I grab? Why do I grab books?
All right, should we just... What do you think, Stella? One more, or just leave it at that?
Do you want me to grab another book, or just read something else in this book?
Just read something else in that book. Let's make it easy for everybody.
Okay. Tell me when to stop. Just tell me when to stop.
Stop!
Tell me when to stop.
Stop!
Okay. Where's the sentence?
Read that. Is that English?
Belief is expressed in the heart, where experiences are translated into the electrical and magnetic waves that interact with the physical world. I don't pick books anymore.
That might
That's
help
the
some
end.
people.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good night.
Thanks for joining for the... Don't push that. Oh, Jason's
Thanks
got
for joining for the... Oh, Jason moved.
Jason did move. I didn't even notice.
I didn't even notice either.
Thanks for joining us on the Boner episode.
Boner episode. Yep. Good night.